Hiding in the sewers, he never expected to meet three beautiful alien girls living there. Oliver Blackwood pressed his back against the cold damp wall of the ancient sewer tunnel, trying to steady his ragged breathing. Blood trickled down his left arm where a plasma round had grazed him during the firefight above his once pristine Terran. Special Forces armor was now covered in grime and battle scars, telling the tale of his desperate escape through the ruins of New Alexandria. The massive alien metropolis had been abandoned for centuries, makes towering spires now nothing more than hollow shells reaching toward the perpetually clouded sky. The only sounds were the distant rumble of thunder and the steady drip of water from corroded pipes. Some elite soldier you turned out to be, he muttered to himself, checking his wound in the dim light of his helmet's display. The bleeding had slowed, but the injury needed proper treatment. Soon his pursuers would be searching the surface, but down here in the depths of the city's ancient infrastructure he might have a chance to movement. His combat instincts kicked in as he detected a whisper of motion in the darkness ahead. Oliver raised his pulse rifle, its targeting laser cutting through the gloom. Something was watching him from the shadows. Show yourself, he commanded, his voice steady despite the exhaustion threatening to overwhelm him. I've got enough charges left to light up this whole section. A soft laugh echoed through the tunnel, melodious, almost hypnotic. Such bravado from one who bleeds, came a feminine voice that seemed to caress his mind. Lower your weapon, human. If we meant you harm, you would already be dead. Three figures emerged from the darkness, and Oliver felt his breath catch in his throat. They were unmistakably female, but definitely not human. Their skin was a deep, mesmerizing blue that seemed to shimmer in the low light. Long dark blue hair cascaded over their shoulders, framing faces of otherworldly beauty, but it was their eyes that held him, transfixed golden orbs that glowed with an inner light, studying him with predatory intensity. Their clothing, dark and form-fitting with strategic reveals, suggested both practicality and a deliberate sensuality. The one in the center, slightly taller than her companions, took another step forward. Her movements were liquid grace, like a dancer performing for an AUD of one. You are not the first to seek refuge in our domain, she said, her voice carrying that same mesmerizing quality. But you might be the first to leave it alive if you agree to our terms. Oliver kept his rifle trained on them, even as his tactical mind screamed that he was outmatched. These weren't simple survivors. Everything about them radiated power and ancient knowledge. And what terms would those be, he asked, fighting to keep his voice neutral. The leader's lips curved into a smile that was equal parts alluring and dangerous. First, you will tell us why the surface dwellers hunt you with such determination, then perhaps we might find our interests aligned. Oliver lowered his rifle, slowly weighing his options. The lead alien's golden eyes hadn't left his face, and her companions moved with fluid grace to flank her, their own gazes equally intense. The air felt charged with possibility and danger. I'm carrying data that could prevent a genocide, he said, finally deciding that partial truth was his best option. The Terran military command is planning to unleash a bioweapon against the Centurion colonies. They're calling it Operation Cleansing Light. The leader's expression didn't change, but something flickered in those luminous eyes. I am Sela, she said, her voice carrying that same hypnotic quality. These are my sisters Varia and Mara. We are the last of the Nephilim, the builders of the city you call New Alexandria. Oliver felt his breath catch. The Nephilim were considered mythical and advanced civilization that had vanished thousands of years ago, leaving behind only their magnificent ruins across dozens of worlds. Yet here stood living proof of their existence, watching him with those penetrating golden eyes. Impossible, he whispered. The Nephilim disappeared over 3,000 years ago. Varia, the one on the left, laughed softly. We chose to disappear, human, when we saw what the younger races would become. Their hunger for power, their capacity for destruction. We decided to watch from the shadows until now. Mara added, her voice carrying a musical lilt. Your kind interests us, Oliver Blackwood. Humans are unpredictable, capable of both tremendous cruelty and astounding nobility. The way she said his name sent a shiver down his spine. He hadn't told them who he was. You've been monitoring our communications. We've been monitoring everything, Sela corrected, taking another step closer. Her movement was so fluid it seemed almost supernatural. This city may be in ruins above, but below it lives. And now you bring us news of Another atrocity in the making. She reached out her slender blue fingers, brushing his wounded arm. Oliver felt a tingling sensation, and to his amazement the pain began to fade when she withdrew her hand. The wound had closed completely. The bioweapon you speak of, she continued. It was developed using technology scavenged from our ancient laboratories, corrupted and twisted by those who understand power but not wisdom. Merera moved closer as well, her golden eyes studying him with fascination. Your heart race is human, but not from fear alone. You find us beautiful yet dangerous. Good. You should. What we offer is an exchange, Varia said, completing their circle around him. You possess the data that could expose this plot. We possess the knowledge to prevent such weapons from ever being created again. Together we might reshape the future of multiple civilizations. Oliver felt dizzy and not just from blood loss. The air seemed thick with exotic perfumes, and the three aliens' proximity was both intoxicating and unnerving. Their beauty was otherworld, their movements hypnotic, but their eyes held ancient wisdom and power that made his combat instincts scream warnings. And if I refuse, he asked, though he already knew he wouldn't. Sela's smile was radiant and terrible. Then you die here, your warning undelivered, and billions suffer, but you won't refuse. Oliver Blackwood, we've watched your kind long enough to know that humans, when presented with the choice between comfortable safety and righteous danger, invariably choose the path of heroes, even if it leads them to their doom. Baria added with a smirk, or to glory beyond imagining. Mira finished. Oliver holstered his weapon, a decision that felt both foolish and inevitable. You're right, I can't walk away from this, but I need to know everything. What you are, what you know, and what we're really fighting against. Sela extended her hand, her skin shimming with subtle bioluminescence. Then followed. Follow us into the deep. Soldier of Earth, let us show you the true New Alexandria, and perhaps if you prove worthy, some of the secrets that have kept us hidden for 3 millennia. The deeper levels of New Alexandria defied Oliver's expectations. What had started as decaying sewer tunnels transformed into pristine corridors of gleaming metal and softly pulsing bioorganic materials. Crystalline lights cast everything in a dreamy blue glow, complementing the Nephilim sisters' natural radiance. Our ancestors built this sanctuary as a final refuge, Sela explained, leading the way. Her movements remained hypnotic, each step deliberate and graceful. What you see is merely the outer shell of our true city. Oliver struggled to maintain his professional demeanor. The sisters' presence was intoxicating, their exotic beauty enhanced by the otherworldly environment. Their garments seemed to shimmer with each movement, revealing tantalizing glimpses of blue skin. The bioweapon, he managed, forcing himself to focus on the mission. You mentioned it came from your technology. Various musical laugh echoed through the corridor. Humans always so dedicated to duty, even when their bodies cry out for other pursuits. Her golden eyes met his, filled with both amusement and heat. The weapon is a corrupted version of our preservation protocols, Merera explained, her hand brushing Oliver's arm as she moved past him. Designed to protect our people during long-term stasis, twisted by your military into something horrific. They entered a vast chamber that took Oliver's breath away. Towering columns of living crystal reached toward a ceiling lost in darkness. Holographic displays flickered to life around them, showing star maps and complex scientific formula. This is our archive, Sela said, her voice carrying a note of pride. The sum of Nephilim knowledge preserved through millennia. And our greatest shame. Why? Varen added, her playful demeanor suddenly serious. Our attempts to perfect ourselves led to technologies that could reshape or destroy entire species. Oliver felt the weight of history pressing down on him. That's why you disappeared, to protect other races from your discoveries. Partly. Maya whispered, moving closer. Her scent was intoxicating like exotic flowers and storm-charged air. We also needed time to understand ourselves, our needs. The atmosphere in the chamber shifted, becoming charged with unspoken possibilities. The sisters moved around Oliver in a fluid dance, their golden eyes bright with interest and desire. Humans fascinate us, Sela said, her voice deepening. Your species is so young, yet you burn with such intensity, such passion, such vitality. Oliver's heart raced as understanding dawned. The others who came here, none possessed your strength of character. Varia purred, none combined duty with desire so perfectly. Our people once ruled the star, Maya explained. Her fingers tracing patterns on his armor, but we became cold, distant. We forgot the power of raw emotion, of primal connection. Sela stepped forward. Her presence commanding yet inviting. We offer you a choice. Oliver Blackwood, help us prevent this weapon deployment, and in return we share not only our knowledge but ourselves, our bodies, our hearts among our kind. Varia added, such unions are sacred, a melding of minds and souls, not merely flesh. The implications were staggering. Oliver felt desire wearing with duty, but something deeper called to him, a chance to bridge worlds, to forge connections that could reshape the future of both species. The way weapon first, he said firmly, though his body screamed in protest. We prevent the genocide, then we explore these other possibilities. The sisters exchanged approving looks. So strong, Maya murmured, so honorable. The data you carry, Sela said, gesturing to a crystalline console combined with our archives will let us create a countermeasure, but the process requires intimate connection. Physical union enhances our telepathic abilities. Very explained, her voice husky. Allows us to share knowledge directly, mind to mind. Oliver felt the last of his resistance crumbling. These beings offered everything, salvation for billions, knowledge beyond imagining, and a passion that transcended species. His body and mind aligned in rare, perfect agreement. Then let's begin, he said, his voice rough with desire and determination. Show me everything. In the crystalline heart of the ancient Nephilim archive, time seemed to lose all meaning. The union between Oliver and the sisters transcended physical boundaries, becoming a symphony of shared consciousness and revelation. Their minds merged in ways his human understanding couldn't have imagined, each touch and caress unlocking new layers of knowledge and connection through their telepathic bond. Oliver experienced fragments of Nephilim history, their rise to power, their struggles with immortality, and their eventual decision to retreat from the galaxy. But something else emerged from the sharing, something that made his blood run cold even in the heat of passion. By the stars, he gasped, pulling back from a particularly intense mental connection with Sela. The bioweapon, it's not just meant for the Centurions, is it? Mira's golden eyes filled with concern as she traced patterns on his chest. You see it now, the weapon's true purpose. It's designed to target specific genetic markers. Varia added, her voice uncharacteristically grim. The sentence would be only the first. Your military leaders plan to reshape the galaxy's genetic landscape, eliminating any species they deem unworthy. Suddenly the archive's crystals pulsed with urgent red light. Sela sprang to her feet, her natural grace undiminished by their intimate activities. Energy signatures from above. Multiple ships entering low orbit. They've tracked me, Oliver realized, reaching for his scattered gear. The data in my armor must have been broadcasting some kind of signal, not just any signal, Mira said, interfacing with a nearby console. They're using modified Nephilim tracking technology. Our enthusiasm may have amplified it. The irony wasn't lost on Oliver. Their passion meant to unlock the secrets needed to stop the weapon had instead led their enemies right to them. But as he watched the sisters move with fluid efficiency to activate the archive defenses, he felt no regret. What they shared had changed everything. His understanding of the universe, of humanity's place in it, and of his own destiny. The archive holds the key to stopping them, Sela declared, her commanding presence drawing all eyes. But we need time to synthesize what we've learned, to create a counter to their corrupted version of our technology. Then we'll by that time, Oliver said, checking his weapon systems. The intimacy they'd shared had somehow enhanced his neural connection to his combat gear. The armor responded to his thoughts with unprecedented speed and precision. Varia laughed, the sound both musical and deadly. You humans always ready to fight. Even after such vigorous activities, our defenses will hold them off initially. Maya reported, her fingers dancing over crystal controls. But they'll breach the upper levels eventually, and they're not alone. I'm detecting Sentin as well. What? Oliver moved to her console, studying the technical display. Why would Centurions be working with Terra Command? Because Silas said grimly, they don't know they're being used. Your leaders convinced them this facility holds weapons that threaten both species. They're not entirely wrong, but the real threat comes from those who would use our legacy for genocide. The archive chamber hummed with power as ancient defense systems activated through their lingering mental connection. Oliver sensed the sisters' determination and something else, pride. Pride in him and his willingness to stand against his own people for what was right, the union we shared, Varys said. Moving to his side, it wasn't just about pleasure or knowledge transfer, it was a test one you passed magnificently. Our people have watched humanity for centuries, Maya added, waiting for one who could bridge our worlds, who could help us emerge from hiding to face the galaxy's threats directly. Sila's golden eyes blazed with intensity. You proved yourself worthy not just through your body or your mind but through your heart, your dedication to protecting all life, not just your own species. The chamber shook as the first bombardment hit the surface above. Oliver felt power flowing through his armor, Nephilim energy channeled through the sisters' technology, his human strength combined with their ancient power, creating something entirely new. Then let's show them what Humanit and Nephilim can accomplish together, he said, his voice carrying the authority of both races through the lingering euphoria of their shared consciousness. Oliver detected something in the tactical data that others had missed, his uniquely human intuition enhanced by the Nephilim connection, saw patterns where others saw chaos. The fleet formations, he said, studying the crystalline displays, they're not following standard Tan or Centurion protocols. Someone's pulling strings from the shadows. Sela pressed against him, her azure skin luminescent with post-intimate energy. Show us what you see, beloved. The term of endearment sent shivers through him, their recent passion still electric in his mind through their enhanced bond. He projected his thoughts onto the tactical display, ship movements highlighted in red forming intricate patterns. Their Varia exclaimed, her golden eyes widening, the command signatures they're being wrote through quantum relays we haven't seen since the Void Wars. Mara finished, her fingers intertwining with Oliver's when the Ancient Ones first tried to divide the galaxy species against each other. The archive chamber hummed with new energy as Oliver's revelation triggered dormant systems. Historical records flickered to life around them, showing scenes of an ancient conflict that had nearly torn the galaxy apart. The Void Collective, Sela explained, her voice tight with concern, beings of pure energy who feed on conflict and division. We thought we'd banish them to the space between galaxies. They're back, Oliver concluded, manipulating both sides. Terra Command isn't evil, their being influenced their fears and prejudices amplified. Borea laughs suddenly, the sound rich with admiration. Only a human could see it so clearly. Your species gift for pattern recognition combined with your emotional intelligence, it's why we chose you, Maya whispered, pressing closer, why we opened ourselves to you completely. Humans bridge gaps that other species can't even see. The chamber shook again as another bombardment hit the surface, but Oliver barely noticed. His mind was racing with possibilities enhanced by the lingering intimacy of their connection. We can show them, he said, excitement building. Use this bond we've created to broadcast the truth. Human empathy combined with Nephilim telepathy, a bridge between all species. Sela's eyes blazed with sudden understanding. Yes, the physical union we shared, it created neural pathways that could reach every mind in both fleets, but it would require deepening our connection. Varia cautioned, though her voice held more anticipation than concern, taking our bond to levels no human has ever. I'm ready, Oliver interrupted, pulling her close, whatever it takes to save both our peoples. The sisters moved around him in perfect synchronization, their bodies still humming with shared energy. The archive's crystals pulsed in harmony with their combined heartbeats. Your adaptability amazes us, Mira breathed, initiating another connection. Most species would break under such intense joining. Humans don't break, Oliver grinned, embracing the rush of shared consciousness. We evolved, their minds merged again deeper than before, creating a telepathic beacon that reached toward the ships above. Through their combined awareness, Oliver felt thousands of minds, human and sentinel, trapped in webs of void influence. Show them the truth, Sela commanded, her consciousness entwined with his. Show them humanity's greatest gift, the ability to unite, to find common ground, to forge bonds across any divide. Oliver projected his experiences, his understanding, his certainty that different species could not only coexist but thrive together. He showed them the Void's manipulation, revealed the ancient enemy's attempt to turn them against each other through their shared link. He felt the fleet commander shock, their awakening to the truth. The bombardment stopped as ships from both sides turned Their sensors toward the real threat, subtle distortions in space where void entities tried to maintain their control. It's working. Varia exalted, her joy flowing through their connection. They see, they understand more than that. Mira added, monitoring the tactical displays, the fleets they're combining formations. Humans and Centurions working together against the void influence. The archives. Crystalline chamber pulsed with unprecedented energy as ancient systems activated in response to the combined consciousness of Oliver and the Nephilim sisters. Their intimate bond had awakened something dormant, not just weapons but a network of hidden sanctuaries across the galaxy by the eternal stars. Sela breathed, her azure skin glowing with residual passion and power. Other havens are responding. We're not alone. Through their shared mental link, Oliver witnessed the awakening dozens of secret Nephilim facilities, each housing survivors who watched and waited. Through the millennia their minds touched his, drawn by the unique resonance of human consciousness, merged with their own. They sense what we've created, Varys said, her fingers tracing patterns of light on Oliver's chest. This union between human and Nephilim, it's calling to them all. Above, the united human and Centurion fleets engaged the emerging void entities. Space itself seemed to tear as the ancient energy beings manifested their dark influence, seeking to reassert control. The weapon systems. Mira called from a control panel, her voice urgent but thrumming with excitement. Oliver, we need your human insight. The patterns are like music. He finished understanding instantly. Through their connection he felt the underlying rhythm of Nephilim technology, not mechanical but alive, responsive to emotion and harmony. The sisters moved around him in perfect synchronization, their bodies still singing with shared energy. Each touch deepened their bond, each caress unlocked new understanding of the ancient systems. Your species perceives patterns we never could. Sela marveled, initiating another deep connection. You feel the music in everything, in battle, in love, in the very fabric of space. Oliver embraced the rush of shared consciousness into letting his human intuition guide them. The weapon systems weren't meant to destroy but to harmonize, to bring desperate energies into alignment. The void feeds on discord, he realized, but harmony is poison to them. Through their link he felt new minds joining their network, other Nephilim awakening from stasis, adding their power to the growing symphony. And with them came representatives of dozens of species who'd found sanctuary in their hidden facilities. Look, Varia gasped, indicating the tactical displays. They're all responding to our call. Every species. The void tried to turn against each other. The screen showed ships emerging from hidden bases across the sector, vessels of designs Oliver had never seen, crewed by beings who'd rejected the path of conflict. Your human capacity for unity, Merera whispered, her golden eyes bright with wonder. It's drawing them all together, showing them a better way. The chamber hummed with building power as Oliver directed the ancient harmonics. Through their intimate connection the sisters helped him weave the different energies together, human determination, Nephilim wisdom, and the unique contributions of each responding species. Now commanded, her consciousness entwined with his. Show them what humanity's greatest gift truly is. Oliver released the combined energy in a wave of pure harmony. It rippled through space, touching every ship, every mind, every being caught in the conflict where it met void entities. They recoiled, their discord-based existence unable to maintain cohesion in the face of such unity. The fleets. Very reported monitoring the tactical situation. They're not just fighting together, they're dancing, each ship moving in perfect coordination with the others regardless of origin. Through their shared awareness Oliver felt the joy of discovery spreading through the allied forces. Humans and aliens alike realized they were stronger together, their differences becoming strengths rather than divisions. More sanctuaries are opening, Mera added, her voice filled with awe. The galaxy is awakening to a new possibility, when one that humanity showed us was possible. The ancient archive transformed as representatives from across the galaxy materialized through quantum portals. The crystalline chamber expanded, morphing into a vast amphitheater that hummed with a combined energy of a dozen species at its center. Oliver and the Nephilim sisters maintained their intimate connection, their shared consciousness now serving as a beacon of unity. The prophecies were incomplete, Sela murmured, her azure skin shimmering with renewed passion. They spoke of a convergence, but never revealed its true nature through their enhanced bond. Oliver felt the weight of destiny settling around them. Ancient texts appeared on floating displays, their cryptic symbols suddenly clear to his human intuition. Not just a union of bodies or minds, Varia translated, her golden eyes bright with understanding, but a fusion of galactic destinies. The assembled delegates watched in awe as the human Nephilim connection generated patterns of pure energy, living fractals that danced through the chamber. Each species recognized elements of their own sacred geometries in the display. The void entities are massing for a final assault, Mia reported, her fingers intertwined with Oliver's. They sense what we're building here, a harmony they can't corrupt. The tactical displays showed thousands of ships moving into formation above New Alexandria, human sentence and newly awakened species coordinating with impossible precision, guided by the resonance flowing from below. The seal must be perfect. A Centurion elder announced, his crystalline form refracting the chamber's light. One discord in the pattern could shatter everything. Oliver felt the sisters' desire surge through their bond, their passion for him amplified by the magnitude of the moment. Their touch carried not just pleasure but purpose, each rest strengthening the harmonics needed to seal the void away. Your human heart, Sela breathed, initiating another deep connection. It beats in time with the universe itself. The assembled species added their own energies to the growing symphony. Ancient Nephilim technology translated their contributions into pure harmony, guided by Oliver's innate understanding of rhythm and pattern. The prophecy speaks of transformation. Varia revealed, her voice thick with emotion, not just sealing the void but transforming it through love, through unity, through the one force they never understood. Mira finished, human passion combined with Nephilim wisdom. The chambers as crystals pulsed with building power as Oliver embraced his role fully. Through their intimate link he showed the sisters visions of Earth's history, how humanity had overcome its own divisions, how love had conquered hatred time and again. Now we understand a multidimensional being in announced, its form shifting with joy. Why the ancient ones chose humanity as the keystone species. The tactical displays blazed with activity as the united fleet began its synchronized dance. Each ship moved in perfect harmony, creating geometric patterns that rippled through spacetime itself. The final movement, Sela commanded, her consciousness merged completely with Oliver. Show them the full power of human Neil immunity. Their combined passion reached a crescendo, channeling through the ancient systems. The chamber filled with pure light as the prophecy fulfilled itself through their union. The void entities, unable to resist such perfect harmony, began to transform. They're not being destroyed, Varia gasped in wonder. They're being reborn through their shared awareness. Oliver witnessed the impossible, the void beings evolving, their discord-based existence transforming into something new. The very force they had fought against became the key to their salvation. A new covenant, Maya announced, monitoring the transformation not just between species but between forms of existence itself. The assembled delegates watched in awe as the former void entities took on new forms, beings of pure harmony. Their ancient hatred transformed into understanding through the power of human Nephilim love. The transformed archive chamber now served as the foundation for a new galactic council, its crystalline architecture reflecting the harmonious blend of all participating species at its heart. Oliver and the Nephilim sisters maintain their profound connection, their union becoming a living template for interspecies cooperation. Other bonds are forming, Sela observed, hers your skin pulsing with ethereal light across the galaxy. Species are discovering their own unique harmonies through their shared consciousness. Oliver witnessed the ripple effect of their pioneering union, a Centurion crystal being and a Solarian light weaver finding resonance in their opposing natures. In a lab, Barani thought dancer merging consciousness with a Proxim and dream sculptor, your human capacity for love. Varia marveled, her golden eyes bright with passion. It showed them all that differences could be strengths. The assembled delegates had transformed the chamber into a living symphony of diplomatic connections. Each species contributed its unique energy to the growing network of harmony, guided by the example of human immunity. The council structure is crystallizing, Mira reported, her fingers universal evolution will visit them all. Sela promised, her touch electric with Cosmic purpose show them what we discovered in those ancient sewers, that love can bloom in the darkest places and transform entire universes. The chamber filled with pure light as the representatives of 4 galaxies sealed their covenant. The human Nephilim union would become the template for cosmic awakening, their journey a legend told. Across infinite space their first intergalactic journey took them to the heart of Andromeda, where reality itself seemed to follow different rules. The Nephilim sisters' vessel, powered by their combined consciousness, navigated streams of possibility that Oliver's human mind could barely comprehend. Each galaxy has its own song, Sela explained, her azure skin pulsing with starlight, and Andromeda dreams in crystalline fractals, while our Milky Way flows like liquid music through their deepened bond. Oliver felt the strange harmonies of this new realm. The beings here existed in multiple states simultaneously, their thoughts forming geometric patterns in spacetime. Their beautiful Vari observed, her golden eyes reflecting impossible colors, but so different from what we know. How do we show them the way? The crystalline beings of Andromeda surrounded their vessel, curious but cautious. Their consciousness reached out in mathematical sequences, trying to understand the organic warmth of human Nephilim immunity. They think in pure logic. Merera reported, her fingers dancing across living control surfaces. Our emotions confuse them. They've never experienced anything so chaotic. Oliver felt the sisters' desire surge through their connection, and suddenly he understood. Then we'll show them the logic of passion. Their shared consciousness expanded, touching the crystalline minds around them. Through their bond they projected not just emotions but the perfect patterns that love created in the fabric of existence. Your human insight, Sela breathed, initiating another deep link. You see the mathematics in everything, even in matters of the heart. The chamber of their vessel transformed, becoming a space between spaces where organic and crystalline awareness could meet. The Andron watched in fascination as Oliver and the sisters demonstrated how chaos and order could dance together. Every touch creates ripples, Varia explained to their audience, her voice resonating in pure frequency. Every moment of passion follows golden ratios of perfect harmony. Through their intimate connection, Oliver shared the patterns he saw in human relationships, the Fibonacci spirals of growing love, the fractal nature of desire, the quantum entanglement of souls. They're beginning to understand, Mara whispered, monitoring the crystalline responses. Their rigid structures are starting to flow. The Andromedans began to move in new ways, their perfect geometries softening into organic curves. Through the example of human Nephilim union they discovered that logic and emotion weren't opponents but partners in a cosmic dance. Show them more, Sela commanded, her touch electric with purpose. Show them how structure and chaos create something greater than either of. Their combined passion reached out across Andromeda's crystalline networks, teaching by example. Each tender moment between them sent waves of understanding through the geometric minds of their audience. The patterns in Andromeda an elder transmitted, we see them now. Your chaos isn't random, it's a higher form of order. Oliver embraced the sisters fully, their shared love demonstrating truths that no mathematical proof could convey. The crystalline beings watch in wonder as perfect symmetry emerged from seemingly chaotic emotion. This is why the universe chose humanity. V realized her consciousness merged with his. You bridge not just species but fundamental forces, logic and passion, order and chaos. The vessel's chamber filled with new harmonies as the Andromedans began their own experiments with emotion. Their crystalline forms sparkled with newfound understanding, geometric patterns flowing like liquid light. The transformation of Andromeda surpassed anything they could have imagined as the crystalline beings developed their own forms of passion. Their entire galaxy began to pulse with new energies through their deepened bond. Oliver and the sisters witnessed the birth of something unprecedented in cosmic history. The ancient records were incomplete. Sela breathed, her azure skin shimmering with starlight and desire. Each galaxy holds different keys to universal evolution from drama's core. Mysterious beings of pure light emerged, the legendary guardians who had watched and waited through eons for this moment. Their presence made the very fabric of spacetime sing with anticipation. Your union has achieved what we long thought impossible. The first guardian transmitted the perfect blend of logic and passion, structure and Chaos through their intimate connection. Oliver felt the sisters' joy and love. Amplified by this cosmic validation, each touch between them now resonated across multiple dimensions, creating harmonies that even the Guardians found beautiful. The human gift, Varia whispered, her golden eyes reflecting infinite possibilities. It's more profound than anyone realized. You don't just adapt, you transform everything you touch. The Andromedans, their crystalline forms now flowing with organic grace, shared ancient knowledge about other galaxies. Each realm they revealed held different aspects of universal consciousness, waiting to be awakened. Triangulum dreams in pure energy. Maya translated her fingers intertwined with Oliver while Messier 33 sleeps in quantum possibilities. The chamber of their vessel became a nexus point where all forms of existence could meet and merge. The Guardians, the crystalline beings, and countless other species gathered to witness and participate in the ongoing miracle of human neph. Immunity, our love, Syl said, initiating another deep connection. It's becoming a template for universal evolution. Oliver embraced the sisters fully, their shared passion now transcending physical boundaries. Through their bond they demonstrated how pure love could bridge any gap, unite any opposition, heal any division. The prophecy spoke of awakening. An Andromedan elder transmitted their crystalline form pulsing with newfound emotion, but they never imagined awakening could be so beautiful. The Guardians moved in complex patterns around them, their light forms expressing joy in ways that defied normal space time. We offer you a choice, they communicated, return to your galaxy as heroes or continue this dance eternally, awakening all realms of existence through their intimate link. Oliver and the sisters shared a moment of perfect understanding. Their journey had begun in fear and darkness, hiding in ancient sewers, but love had transformed everything, opening paths to infinity. We choose both, they answered in unison. Our love will anchor the new galactic council while our consciousness dances between realms, showing all beings the way to harmony. The chamber erupted in celebration as species from across multiple galaxies embraced this new paradigm. The Andromedans began creating their own forms of music, their crystalline structures flowing in passionate geometries from the sewers to the stars. Varia laughed, her voice rich with joy and promise. Only a human could make such a journey, and only with Nephilim companions. Maya added her touch, electric with eternal devotion. Sela's golden eyes blazed with infinite love as she completed their circle. The universe itself conspired to bring us together, hiding us in those ruins until the perfect moment. Their combined consciousness expanded one final time, touching all gathered beings with the truth they had discovered, that love in all its forms was the ultimate force in existence. It could transform sewers into sanctuaries, enemies into lovers, and separate galaxies into one eternal dance of joy.